What's up, y'all?
We back in here
With another fire reaction, man.
Mine's the future.
And today we got my boy Dax. He just put out a new song called Book of Revelations. I know this one's gonna be real deep, so we wanted to hop on this one real fast.
It's popular. Dax is up and coming. He's been getting a lot of popularity real quick.
Oh, yeah,
he's a good lyricist.
great artist.
No doubt about that.
Video
good
qualities.
storyteller.
His video qualities are
Um,
crazy.
and he is a really good freestyler too. He can freestyle really good. Yeah, he does put a lot of meaning into some of his stuff. Like I like My Last Words, and You Showed Me Dear God, which I had some comments about that song because of his perspective. I guess it's more of like a type of song for the kind of people who ask questions toward God.
Yeah, definitely.
So this could be a follow up to that.
It could be.
So,
But it could be the other side of the story too.
and it
like,
could be too
the one like Dear God was like maybe like asking God these questions, and this one might be like
answers or like
the other
don't
perspective,
question
like,
me or
yeah.
something. So
We're gonna find out though.
we finna find out.
Alright, y'all. This is Dax, Book of Revelations.
You ready?
Yep, let's go.
These girls are meant to help you see, but all they do is keep you wide.
I can't sleep. I keep thinking about this. What if, with everything that's going on, the world really is coming to an end?
Okay.
Then what?
So he has like the sad type of melody in the background.
Yeah, he's kind of asking the question right
And
now.
he's talking about like, what if everything's happening right now? Is the world
For a
coming to an
reason.
end?
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Let's go.
What if it isn't a lie? What if we make it to heaven and don't get inside? What if we get to the gates and see God on the other side, and he looks us in our face and says our whole lives we've wasted time? What if we can't go back? What if we can't redo this life and get one second chance? What if our future happiness is memories of our past, while we burn forever haunted by the devil's laughs?
Ooh.
So this is basically like, okay, he asked questions in the first, and now he's asking a question like, what if?
Yeah, like what if
Instead of questioning God, you're like, well, what if
this is actually true?
actually true?
Yeah.
What if I actually go to hell?
Yeah, we step up to the gates.
Like,
and
what
he
if I
tells us
make
we're
it
not
to
gonna make
heaven
it.
and he doesn't know me?
He
You
denies
know what
us,
I mean?
yeah.
Because see, like we said at the beginning, all the things happening in the world
Yeah.
is it coming to an end? Basically, the Book of Revelations, it does talk about the end of days, nearing the end. It talks about all this chaos. The world over will have like, I'm trying to think of the word. It's basically like storms and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the world over, there'll be drought, there'll be fire, there'll be like basically like hurricane.
Yeah.
It'll just be chaotic the world over. So, I mean, we never know when that time's going to happen, but I kind of like the concept of this
Yeah,
right now.
Steve,
So let's see what happens. Well,
Right.
Why? Why do we push them away? And why do the ones we work to keep never actually stay? Why do we focus on tomorrow and forget about today and smile in everybody's face and try and act like we're okay? Why do we live this way? Why do we hate? Why do we fight? Why do we act like there's time and got more than one life? Why? Answer me. Why? 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 Why?
So right there, he's talking about like, why do we think that we're gonna have tomorrow?
yeah, you're not promised.
Yeah, you're not promised
today.
anything.
You know, so now you switched up kind of a different question. It's why this? Why do
Yeah,
why do
why
we
we-
hate? Why do we fight?
Yeah.
And last time it was what if?
Yeah.
So
Why are we working right now? Why are we not working right now, but we want to work tomorrow?
yeah.
I'm older and looking for truth. I'm holding my faith in my hand, but the pain in this world has been shaking it loose. I used to have so much to gain, now I have so much to lose. They say I'm crazy for looking for answers. I say they're crazy for knocking on proof. Vision is blurred, I'm over concerned. I'm looking to God to see if life with him is something I've earned. The devil's been watching, he's trying to recruit, he's been waiting at every turn. I'm driving this life on the highway to hell, but I won't burn.
Oh,
I think he's about
So-
to break it.
So now he's talking about how, everything that's going on in the world, it's like jarring his faith away.
Yeah, but he's still trying to hold
he's
on.
still trying to hold on to
He's
it.
trying
And
to
he's talking about-
improve his faith, and he's talking about people that want proof. They want to ask questions.
Why you, like, giving us all these questions and no proof to it? Or answers, no proof.
Yeah, but like then again, you got to think you can't just you can't be one of those skeptical people that's like. And I know there's different religions out there, and I'm not gonna disclaim toward anybody. God gave us all the free will to live our lives the way we wanted. We choose how we want to live,
Yeah.
whether it be good or bad, whether you make it to heaven or you go to hell. We have that free will. And I'm not disclaiming for nobody. I respect anybody, and even other religions. You can sit and if it's just a debate where you talk, you can learn from each other.
Yeah.
There's no sense in sitting and arguing all the time. I'm sure, like God doesn't like that. Even if they are wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
And
there's something really deep he said. He was talking about how the devil, he said the devil's always recruiting.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving on the highway, it's like he's on every single turn. But
He's
he's
on the
not
highway
going to fall
to
for
hell.
it. Yeah, but he's not going to fall for it.
But I won't burn.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now he's saying that right at this point, it's like he's going to turn his life around.
Yeah.
That's basically where it sounds like it's going.
Okay, let's continue this, man.
All right.
Let's go.
This is good so far.
Yeah.
Fuck! We know the difference. We know what is wrong and we know what is right. But Satan is strong, God, and most of your people are losing the fight. So what if we fail? What if we can't escape his lies? What if we can't change? What if he still controls our minds? Where do we run? Where do we go? Who do we talk to? We look around and everyone we see is lost too. What if life is just some test that we all do? What if you were busy when we called you?
Yo, this is deep.
It is.
He said, continuing the devil thing, the devil's looking around for people, and it's like
It's like
he's controlling people's minds.
And the way he put it is, right now the devil he's winning the fight. Which
Yeah.
I'm just gonna to be honest, with the way the world is now, it's not that God is losing. It's more of people are choosing
Yeah.
to be on that side.
And going back to something he said before is because, once again, there's answers, but there's no proof, and that's what most people want is
Yeah.
proof of it. And I don't know, man. It's deep. He said, we're all lost, and he's looking around.
He's like, "What if
People
you
looking
were?"
around.
And he said, "What if you were busy when we called you?"
Yeah. He's looking around for other people to
I
talk
mean,
to, and they're
here's the
lost too.
thing, and the way I look at it is this: like, if you've been through, like, time in your life where maybe you've been depressed or whatever, something like that, you've been through a lot. It's not always that God's gonna just swoop down and save you from
yeah.
whatever's going on in your life. He's not going to give you nothing no more than you can handle. And that's
Yeah,
the one thing that I always look for is when you hear, and I mean, I don't want this to be in an offensive way or nothing. I don't want this to be like affect somebody or me offending them. But like when I look at a suicide, even in the Bible, it does say that the God will not give you no more than you can handle. And when things like that happen, when I read about suicides or whatever, I just think you can find help. You don't have to
Yeah. You don't have to do that.
resolve to that.
Yeah.
So I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm not going to sit here and say like those people are automatically like damned or whatever. I'm not going to be that judge
that's not ours.
that's
That's our choice.
God's
Yeah.
decision.
And like when he says that God's not gonna he's not gonna push you too far, not give you more than you can handle. He's just testing your faith.
He wants to see how strong you are.
Yeah.
He wants to see if you overcome this, your greatness awaits,
Yeah.
basically. But, some people don't feel like they can make it.
Yeah.
And that's where it happens, and I understand some people, like, I've been through some stuff. I'm sure like, there's been a lot of people that I know, they've been to that brink of They want to just end it, and that's not the way to
don't
go
do
about
that,
it.
man.
You know, stay strong, stay
Don't do
tough.
that. Yep.
It'll happen one
Let's
day.
keep going. Let's keep going.
What if hell's on earth? What if being born is dying and dying's birth? Would that mean life's not God's gift, but the devil's curse? And to live was to be evil because its words reversed? What if the devil entered a pastor and he led a church? What if we looked for the truth but didn't know where to search? What if the books they said to read have never been your words? What if we chose to follow you but we still had that urge? Will you forgive us for our sins and let us in your world? God, we at the gates. We couldn't see, hear, and touch you, but we had faith. We know we messed up, we human and we make mistakes. So we just begging we get in and that you'll have grace.
So now he's talking about.
Yo, I'm like, I have chills.
So he's talking about what if. Okay, there's a lot of stuff like this true about false teaching. It's
Yeah.
like, what if the devil got into a teacher basically and taught you the wrong thing? Which he's talking about false teachers and false preachers right now.
He also stated that in Dear God, he was talking about how, you know, he had known a pastor in a church that like molested somebody, like,
Yeah.
molested a child, and I don't know, man.
That's something also, like when you have a false teacher and they lead you down the wrong path, you know, you have to either find that point to where you know it's false and there's lies, and you have to try to change it. You have to try to find a new path. And I mean, there's a lot of people that, you know, once they've heard something so long, they think that may be the truth, you know.
Yeah, and he was you know, his wordplay's crazy because he was talking about how, like, what if being born is dying?
And dying is
birth.
birth. And he
what
said something
if,
about live.
What if evil is actually on earth, and like the good is actually, you know, what if everything's reversed?
He said,
Basically is what he
what
said.
if living is evil because it's back? It's spelled reversed or backwards.
Oh my god, that gave me chills. When
And
he
now
said it.
he's talking about where they're at. They've made it to heaven. They're at the gates and they're calling on God
Yeah.
to be like, hey, you know, even if we were taught wrong, you know, we still want to. We want to have your grace
we
and
have
mercy.
faith.
You know, we believe in you.
And it just gave me chills when he said, "What if being born is dying and dying is birth?" Because like, what if this world is like just a test?
It is, but he said that.
Yeah, like.
But this life, okay, this life is not only a test, but if you're a Christian and you, like me and him, if you're a Christian and you believe that you're working for a greater goal one day in heaven, this life is more of it's a test to see how you believe, how you have faith, to see if you're going to be that truthful person, if you're going to spread the message, to see if you're going to be a good person to people. You know, you love people, you don't hate, and even in those situations, you try to do your best to stay out of conflict, confrontation. You know, you just got to be the best human you can be. And even though he said you make mistakes,
Yeah.
we all do.
Whew. So far, this is really
This is
meaningful.
a really good one.
It's
and
a lot to think about.
And I like this one a lot better than I like Dear God. I'm just going to be honest. Because it's more of a perspective of, it's not him questioning God. It's questioning, you know, things that could actually happen. Like, what if we were taught wrong? What if this is the way things are going in the world right now? And this is why people are the way they are.
Yeah.
So it's more of it's a truth. It's like a full circle type song.
Yeah.
It's not questioning God. It's questioning the actions of the world, basically.
God, what if we didn't mean it? What if the place we grew up forgot to teach us? What if we never even got the chance to go and seek it? Then what? Then what?
Dear family, when scary times, nobody has the answers. Just make sure you spread love and believe. My name is Dex.
Oh man.
So what if, he said, what if the place where he grew up forgot to teach it?
Mm-hmm.
And what if we never had the chance to go and seek the Word of God?
See,
something to think about.
Here's something that I've always wondered, and I'm not saying, okay, you know how in the Bible it says, believe in, I'm the one God, you know, the one God, the one body, and I've always thought, you know how there's a big diversity in religion, and I've always thought, well, there's a thing in the Bible called the Great Commission, and that's where you go and teach the gospel the world over.
Yeah.
That's what the whole mission was about. So what if in some of these foreign countries that are not America, what if the same belief system we got, the same story we have, is the same thing that they learn about? It's just in their culture, their language. You know, it's not the fact that God's a different person. He might just have a different name for that culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the fact that it might be a different religion totally. Now, I don't know that, you know, because I don't study anything else other than Christianity. But if it is, it could be the same story about Jesus, you know, coming and saving the world with his blood and his body.
Yeah.
And it's taught in a different culture.
Yeah, that's something to think about, because also in Dear God, Dax says something about why is there only one God but multiple religions? And he's asking, like, basically, like, if you're the only God there is, then why are you letting these other religions go on?
Well, that's like,
And it's kind of like,
well,
it's
what I
kinda
said
like that.
earlier was, yeah, it's denominationalism,
Yeah.
and that's like, okay. The thing is about when like when the first churches were established, they were all one. There was no Church of Christ, Baptist, Church of God. You know, all these, they were one church, and somewhere along the way, man himself, whoever it be, decided, I want to change this. I want to change that. I want to add this. I want to add that.
Yeah,
And
we're not
then-
supposed to add to or take away from.
Yeah, and then once that got started, branches started peeling off.
Yeah.
Here's the Baptist church, and I'm not saying anything bad because I know all kinds of people in the Baptist church, and their belief system is pretty close to Church of Christ. There's just a few differences, like they incorporate instrument
yeah.
in the music, and then they got where instead of like you come up like Church of Christ, you know, at the end of every service they give you the opportunity where you come up and you be baptized. Well, the way the Baptist church do it is more of like you pray to God, tell him to come into your heart, and you're saved. And then they have a thing called a revival, where everybody who's done that and taken the Lord's Supper and done that prayer, they come and they all be baptized in one time.
Yeah, so like basically, they're all studying the Word of God,
That, yes.
just in different forms.
Different, but then you have other branches of religions that, in essence, they all come from the Bible. People just took what they wanted from it and made it their own.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to discriminate nobody. You know, you have the freedom of religion. That's your First Amendment right.
Yeah.
And, you know, the world over has many religions, but like I said before, there could be certain countries out there that have the same story as we do. It's just in their culture, so we don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be the same thing, though, just in their language, their culture. So we don't know that for sure. We don't know for sure 100% of everything, because
don't know anything
in the
for sure.
in the finale, in the ultimatum, God is the judge.
Yeah.
He will decide, hey,
Yeah.
you know, what if you weren't taught anything and you could not be taught anything? In our religion, where it's so spread around and it's so easy to get a hold of, like I've got like 4 or 5 Bibles in this room. You come to the age of accountability where you learn, you study, you should know, you know, and you go up and you say, hey, I'm ready to be baptized, I'm ready to give my life. That's different. You understand. But there could be people like, say, like over in Africa or Haiti, they're poor, they don't have anything,
They
they've
don't have that chance.
they don't know anything about a God or anything, and they stay like that their whole life, and they've never been taught nothing. That's not for us to judge. That's God's
Yeah.
place, because we don't know what happens to those people. That's like if you're like under the age of like, I think like 12, accountability.
Yeah.
Basically like a 12, 13-year-old. If you're under that age limit
You don't know everything.
and if you don't know any better and you're under that age, you're automatically saved. If something happens to you, but if you are smart and you do learn and you know it, you know right from wrong in that
That's
sense,
age accountability.
you're already at the age of accountability. But if you don't and you do something and you know it's not the right thing to do, like something major, like I've heard of like these 10-year-old murderers,
Yeah.
that's automatically like, you know you've done something wrong. But you can be saved as a child. That's the way God looks at it.
Yeah.
If you're an adult, you should study, understand. You know what I'm saying? But this is just that's a big conversation of
Yeah,
a
it
song
is.
because
we
the
can
way,
talk about this for hours.
for real. And I don't try to argue with nobody.
No.
So I don't want nobody in the comments to like cut my throat. You know, like we all come from different backgrounds, religions, and everything. So I'm not here to be one of those Christians that's like, you're wrong, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm open to talking and have a discussion with people. Like I work with a Catholic lady, and like the Christian community and the Catholic community do not get along hardly at all. But me and her, we have a bond that we can sit and discuss our religions together and not get mad at one another. So.
Alright, y'all. That was Dax, Book of Revelations. If you have any questions you want to ask about religion, anything, ask it down below in the comment section.
We're not going to be
We'll
hateful
we'll be happy to answer it in the best way we can.
and go read your Bible.
Yeah. Alright, y'all. What you rate that song right there, bro? I give that song a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to give that song a 10 just because of the sole purpose of it's not questioning God. Like, Dear God, I didn't like that one because of the way he worded it in the song. But this one is more of like a lesson. It's like, well, what if? What happens if I do this? What if I've messed up my whole life and I did you wrong? It's more of a full circle kind of song, and I really enjoy it, and it really brings to light a lot of thought that maybe I should, try to change my life around. So
a lot of discussions.
it's not a questionable song. It's more of a straightforward, maybe I should change my life.
Yeah. Alright, y'all. Dax, great song, man. A lot of thinking to go with that.
It is.
That's going to be it for this video, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
And click the bell.
And y'all know what we do with the crew, MOTF gang.
MOTF gang. You stole my line.
We'll see y'all next video, man.
Peace.